what I mean? We in a motherfucking studio.
I'm a motherfucker.
Every motherfucking day.
But I wasn't wanted by Interpol.
G-Block Studio. Blog 9. You know me, back in the
freestyling, y'all.
building.
Wake up, stretch out, take a little shower, get dressed, kick back, smoke a little sour. I said I'm on my way, but I'll be there in an hour. I know you smoke good, but my shit a little louder. Cooking in the kitchen, mixing soda with the powder. Shit all on the dishes and the chicken like it's flour. Policing their division, taking pictures with the towers. So when I make a seller disappear like I got powers. Niggas act like they started from bricks. Fuck that, I ain't gon' lie, it all started with Knicks. I was moving like a ninja, then started to flip. Bases got loaded, you're damn right, I started to pitch. Out in the mix, flowing out, hunting for cash. 5 in the morning, dolo, gunning in trash. Niggas parents talking shit, motherfuckers ain't mad. Don't compare me to your son, miss your son is a fag. I make flips, make dough and I take trips. With grade A chicks that wanna just take flicks. I like slim chicks that know how to take dick. So good, make them pull out of work and play sick. I'm on now, bros wanna swallow a nigga. Hating niggas on the side wanna holler a nigga. I'm on Instagram doing me, styling on niggas. I'm Nino Man with an underscore, follow a nigga. And your bitch like to cheat, cause that cats be boring. When you leave out, she be in that taxi calling. Cause I beat that pussy up, and that cat be snoring. Hit your bitch one leg up like Captain Morgan. You be in the house boy watching TNT. Well, I be in the trap low watching TNT. I'm not trying to be known when I'm being me. I dropped out of school, but I got my GED.
Get people to vote for Harris.
What should she have done, baby? We're talking about Nikki Haley.
She probably should have gotten her base.
And linked up with Kamala? Oh, speaking of baby, let me ask you about that too, because you are a woman, so it's like, do you agree women can be caddies?
Yes.
And not support each other? What is that? There's a lot, but like,
I don't know.
What's one reason that you think goes into that? Competition?
I think it's... I gave him some ads. That might be why he's... I think it's... you know, like people don't... There's so much competition because of, you know, like self-esteem.
Oh, okay.
Why are you the cutest? Yep.
Yeah, Nikki Haley should have did that, but they can't. People can't. That's what I was saying. Why couldn't them two women do that and their bases do that? Because Nikki Haley was, I mean, and people were telling her when she was running, like, hey, like with all the brown stuff, the brown woman stuff, and it was like, remember what was it? She had made that fuck up. She had said something about, the slavery.
Yeah.
And she's a brown woman. So there you go. She basically is thinking the same, or you know, like the race stuff kind of goes over her head, kind of like the Latin people that voted for Trump are. Like they don't care about racism. It's not just a saying either, because if you were to say to someone, do you care about racism? They're going to automatically say, yeah. I don't think that, but do you really though? Because you just supported one. So, like, yeah. We're watching, we've been binging the shit out of King of Queens.
It's just funny.
Arthur makes the show. Jerry Stiller. Let's check it out for a second. Just about 30 seconds.
Here you go. Piping hot. Ooh, let me freshen up that orangina.
Give me a thumbs again.
Yeah, Doug's funny as hell.
There you go, sweetheart. Where's the other drumstick?
I don't, I think this one started out with one.
This girl's been played on. He says, Elena, how do you know?
McDonald's.
This is essential.
I think I'm gonna get sauce meat muffin with eggs. Yep. Meal. I just hope it ain't the ones that are from like yesterday. You can tell, like, if you get a, like, kind of like the egg McMuffin or whatever it is, you can tell, like, because you can go right. Oh, you want to go to, yeah, no, go, yeah, you can go left. You can go.
It says no left.
Oh, you gotta go straight there, I guess, and then we'll just have to dip through, we could dip through this parking lot, though, right here. And then go, boom.
We didn't have anyone to inspire us because women's football wasn't
Oh, that taco truck probably gonna be gone, and y'all got 2 months.
within Brazilian football herself. But she wouldn't know back then that she would become part of a trio with Marta and Formiga.
Oh, because you know what's going to happen too, baby? People are going to be taking off. They ain't going to be waiting for them to come round them up. People are just going to start just taking off and shit. These businesses are going to be closed. So watch. People are going to see it. Just give it a hot second.
We didn't even need to say a word. I think it makes
It's crazy that people are just
waiting for you with teammates.
going to make all of us suffer because they want to prove a point.
Mom Fisher's used to be open 24/7.
Yeah.
United States, despite their quarterfinal exit against
You know they got some Latin. That's what I'm saying. All these east side, downtown restaurants and all these little 60% of them are filled with Latin workers, or most of the workers there are Latin.
new emerging star. When Marta received the call,
And once you kick them out, it ain't like you can replace them with more because they're going to kick them out too.
she didn't believe it was
So, like,
her first coach, Elena Bashir.
and Latin people, they're not even going to be going to look for jobs anymore. They're going to be trying to get a way to get the fuck out of here now. I'll be right back.
And it was really cool because she came to tell me the contract from Sweden so I could read it to find out what that was. I gave her some instructions and she took flight. The little bird flew and left the cage. It was awesome. After being convinced Ume's bid for her was legitimate, Marta finally landed at the airport in Sweden. The shock of seeing the runway full of snow.
I was coach and manager during Inumio 2004 until 2008. Remember the first sessions? We practiced inside. It was winter. She came during February. It was 25 degrees minus outside, and she came to Sweden. And yeah, you saw that individually she did things that nobody else could do because she was quicker. She had a great left foot. She never lost one against one situation, and yeah, we had one of the best teams in the world at that time.
Yep, I just told dude there because that was the guy that's working out and stuff like him and his guys are going for Trump. He's on a visa. I just told him, I said, how's that Trump thing working out for you now? He just kind of like gave a half smile, like, said, have you tried? I said, I literally was in here trying telling you. It's on recording, and the white dude came in and shit, and I called him an asshole and shit. Yeah, I just told him, I said, no, you're going to have to deal with consequences. And I said, I'm good. So I tell y'all, man, you fucking want to listen. You'll listen to a white strange man that and he know all the stuff. Like, you don't hear all the stuff? He's like, yeah. So they know he says the shit. I don't know why they think they're talking about some other people. I got you a deep coat.
Wow, they did this fast. I wish they'd do Locust. Like, I know that from Holton and up it's done, but I wish they'd do
back this way.
Like Holton to Oakland.
It was an emotional moment for her, although her first coach, Elena Bashir, made sure she didn't get too carried away.
Yep. It's too bad. And they're seeing that all online too. People being like, "Fuck y'all." Try telling you, it's everywhere. You can't get away from it. I love it. I love it. And it's not like we're happy. We're like saying we told you so. We're like, we're pissed too. It's like, dude, but like,
but we're good.
We're good, and I hate even having to say that, but fuck it. It's like every man and woman for themselves now. So like, fuck y'all, man. And we've been telling y'all for months, and this is my thing. Is just like, why don't, if there's 10 people and eight of the 10 people are telling the 2 people, hey, what are you guys doing? Hey, that's not gonna work. What you're trying to do, but why can't the 2 just listen? Especially when they're your own people telling you, and you're like, nah, fuck that, nah, like that shit don't make no sense. Yes, I'll get it. So we'll use this one for the breakfast thing, right?
Yeah. Sausage McMuffin with egg. I think that's the number 2.
Okay.
Let me get a coffee.
Good morning. How can I take the order?
Yes, can I have 2 number 2 meals? One with a coffee, one with a water. No, that's it.
Your code is...
Okay, thanks.
At least he attempted to tell us. Some people just pull around. Okay.
Yeah.
Acid.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're done.
You too, thanks. And what you're going to see too, because I bet, like these employers too, they're going to start letting their Latin workers just like go, fire them and shit. Because they ain't going to be wanting to get raided and all that shit. Or get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because they're going to start raiding these farms and stuff.
And like, is he even gonna wait till he's inaugurated?
Probably not. Dude's just going to be doing that shit.
You know, he's going to be like, come on, Joe, I'll just take over now.
Mm-hmm. Because they're supposed to be having a meeting or whatever on Wednesday. Joe Biden's going to probably be trying to tell him not to do whatever the migrant stuff or whatever. Dude's like, whatever. Doing it. And that's all that, like, Trump's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Not only is he getting brown people out the country just because he hates them, you're also getting potential voters out the country, which would, normally lean more Democrat. So he's doing 2 things at once. He's solving 2 problems at once in his eyes. It's just so crazy. It's like, I don't know why people are just dumb. But it's going to affect them when someone's looking to have some landscaping done or some roofing done. They call that old business on the south side, and it's no longer in business. Or the old Latin guy used to call that used to come shovel your snow every winter, or come
the tree guy
every summer. You're going to call them. They're going to be no more. It's going to be, this business is no longer in service. I wonder what happened to Trump took him, bitch. Trump came and got them just like you voted for.
You wanted them gone.
That's what you wanted. Yep. That's what you guys literally asked for.
Hi.
It's coming, hey. Now it's happening. They're like, hold up. I saw one of them on there. This one dude just talking about how he wants DACA all of a sudden. We need to work with DACA all of a sudden. Nah. And that's the same, like I've been saying, I'm dead serious. If you're black and you voted for Trump, if we ever get we'll never get reparations, but if there's anything like where black people can get reparations, you guys shouldn't be able to get them. Your name should be taken off the list for reparations. So you fucked us all over.
I'll wait.
Okay.
Well, and then it's going to be like, oh, look, we created jobs.
That no one's going to feel.
Right.
Right. That's what it's going to be just like COVID, because ain't nobody going to be doing those. Because the majority of white people that would have to fill those kind of jobs, they think they're too good for them. They ain't going to do it. They ain't busting tables. They ain't cleaning hotel rooms.
Right.
You may get some white people to work on a farm, because that's more kind of up their alley, so they'd be willing to do stuff like that, I feel. But like all the other shit, they ain't doing that shit. Watch. They ain't doing it. They think they're too good for it. And they only want to do certain type of work. Most white guys, men, they want to work on cars, construction. They like doing shit with their hands because they don't have to think. They're like Neanderthalish. And that's why when you get into a conversation about something like that's why they can't critically think a lot of times. You have like any kind of conversation that's any kind of like somewhat political, and they just Hunter Biden laptop or oh well, whatever. Well, I don't know. Fuck me. What about that? Like they can't even like they literally can't even dialogue or like because they don't know what they're talking about. They're just dumb. They're politically dumb. Get them a 40150. I know I say a lot. 40150, a dog, a house. Like they want all that stuff.
Look at the reflection of the church in the sky.
Ooh, that looks eerie.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But
God's mad. Yeah. Or whoever started all this, whatever. I'm salty. She or he or whatever, I'm salty. Because the most fucked up part about this is it didn't even have to be this way. That's so crazy. Because here's the thing. I'm talking about this is the most consequential election for who? If Kamala would have won, I'm asking you Trumpers and you Republicans, how would your life have got that much worse? She wasn't talking about taking nobody out the country. She wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And then the stuff like literally as black people, we're always saying, oh, we never get a candidate that says anything for us specific. And then she's literally created a plan for black people, literally, and it ain't good enough now. It ain't good enough. It wasn't quick enough. We always got a damn excuse for something. That's why we don't ever get nothing. We're fragmented as hell as people. Every other community comes together. I mean, the Latinos are kind of, this is kind of like their first little bout with like being divided between their community. Because normally there's a narrative that like Latino people stick together through whatever.
Yeah.
That's why it's so amazing that this white man like was able to just divide a lot of us. He's got every group, every race of people arguing with each other.
Yeah.
Latin, black, Asian, white. He's got everyone arguing with each other. And he's just sitting there laughing. And he's about to fuck all of us over. That's crazy as hell to me. And he's 80 years old.
I'm still hung up on how Tammy Baldwin won, but
it's crazy to me. So I guess you can split tickets. But that still don't. So Because people are like, well, so you're trying to tell me everyone went and voted for everyone else on the Senate or whatever seats and didn't take Kamala? You know what? Maybe they didn't. It's race. Like, we can't forget about the race part in that either.
Right.
Because she was the only black candidate. You know what I mean? And there were white women and white men in these Senate stuff and all these other seats. So maybe they did do that. Maybe they did do that.
I just didn't think
not
you could
that
split a ticket.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Something's amiss.
Something is amiss. There was someone saying that they had a master's degree in like political science or something like that or whatever, and they were saying like the shit don't make no sense to them. It just don't.
Plus there was like...
Dude won all 7 battleground states. She didn't even win one of them. And she only won the states that are always blue.
Right.
Come on, man. Come on.
Plus there were like, wasn't it like 20 million less voters this time?
Yes. But there was all this record-breaking registration.
Hey.
Come on, man. Like, none of it is adding up. That's what it...
Yeah.
Because like Michelle said, we can take the L. We're going to be good. And we hate to sound selfish, but everyone else is. And we've been trying not to be selfish. Because we've even been saying on the podcast, don't be a selfish voter. Don't just vote for one thing. Think about other people. Think about, like, the long game. Because this isn't the only presidential race. There's going to be another one in 4 years, and Trump can't run.
I'm sure he'll try to figure out a way to...
Yeah, you're right, baby. He's going to figure out a way to try... He wants to get carried out in that bitch. He wants to die in that bitch now. Because his days are numbered. Every day he gets older, and he's getting closer to death.
Is he going to, like, Scott Walker the country? You know how, like, Scott Walker put in all that shit in place so he can't do anything?
Yep. That's why that's what he was saying too when he was like, you'll never have to vote again. Just vote this one time and you won't have to do elections anymore. And so and to go all the way around the block to get next door or whatever they say. Dude's basically trying to kick, if you're black and brown, he's trying to kick you out this country so the country can just be white. And then the red whites will dominate the blue whites because the blue whites are outnumbered. And he don't need black. Any Republican running for office, you don't need the black vote. You don't need it. Mm-hmm. And that Elon Musk, they're all on the phone with Putin and all. They said he was in the office with Trump, and Trump just put him on the phone with Putin. Like, here, you want to talk to him? Dude's the richest man in the world. He had to influence this election. Dude was in Pennsylvania for like a week. And then when you throw in the language barrier, with a lot of, like, some Latinos, you know what I'm saying? They only know these few words, and they're telling them, and they probably got a MAGA interpreter, Latin interpreter, that's telling them, okay, here's the $47 for the registration. Now, when you go to the booth, make sure you got to vote for Trump. We get to stay. We get to, no deport. No, you guys get to stay. You'll be okay. But you got to vote for Trump. You know they were saying that to them. Exactly. No, they were saying that to them. I ain't dumb. I am not dumb.
Is there a particular situation you felt like you had to get your gangster on?
This will sound odd, but I felt it was my transition into the juice business.
Okay.
Because the most gangster shit is survival. Not being so attached to the music business. Right. I think the most gangster things in life you usually have to do are things that usually apply digging deep within yourself and making a decision of, I have to do something that most likely most people won't understand, overstand.
Right.
It may not be comfortable for a while. It may be very uncomfortable for a while, but I'm ready for the long journey.
Is there a particular situation you felt like you had to get your gangster on?
Who do you think's going to build the houses after we deport all the immigrants? And to be clear, I wholeheartedly support deporting the immigrants. I mean, I have a question for my Texas Republicans. Who do you think's going to build the houses after we deport all the immigrants? And to be clear, I wholeheartedly support deporting the immigrants. I mean,
dude's a punk. This dude is a punk. So I'm assuming he voted for Trump, but is realizing, you know what I'm saying, that deporting migrants is dumb as hell. But this guy's dumb too for voting for Trump anyways. You hear him? How he just casually said, yeah, I'm for it. Like, you bitch.
the Latinos obviously want to go along with Trump's plan, so I say let them have it. Enjoy.
Oh, okay. I see what he's saying. I see what he's saying now. He's saying for the ones, he's saying because people voted for Trump. So he's saying, okay. Well, either way, I don't know. And that's the thing. Like, everyone's looking at each other like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Michelle and I were talking about that earlier. Like, it feels like we were on the elevator. We had took the dog out and we were coming back up and we were on the elevator with a couple people. It just feels, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it just feels like everyone's sizing each other up, like wondering, like, I wonder who they voted for. I wonder who they voted for. I heard like white women are wearing like blue bracelets now and shit, so they can prove to people that they voted for Kamala. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's crazy. I wore my Kamala sweatshirt the day after the election. Shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, supposedly Elon Musk is messing with the election. They said something about Starlink or something. I ain't gonna do too much, you know, on the podcast about that because I don't really know all about that. Like, that shit's just too technical. But if they did interfere with that, hopefully the right people look into it and then they recount them votes. Because something ain't right. I can feel something is off. There's something is going on. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let all the people sort it out and talk about it and all that, because everyone's talking about that. You go online, you can't avoid it. And so I'm gonna just sit back and just see what happens. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, cause I wouldn't put it past Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? Dude's the richest man in the world. So yeah, dude's a clown. But if they were on garbage, then hopefully the right people look into it. You know what I'm saying? And then they need to go on and recount them votes. Cause one thing I will say is the shit ain't adding up as far as like, how the hell is Kamala gonna lose, but all these Democrats were winning all these Senate seats? That don't make sense. It just don't. So like I was telling Michelle, so either the election was rigged or there's truly that many racist people in this country. You know what I'm saying? Even if you can do like the split ticket or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You went there and voted, you know what I'm saying? Because it sounds like people went in there and voted for like the white senator, but Democrat senator or whatever, but wouldn't vote for Kamala, the black president candidate. That's racism. That's racism. I don't care what you call it. That's racism. That's an example of racism right there. And, yeah, that's racism all day long. And that's what we're talking about. So either the election was rigged because like just all the dude won every damn swing state. I was like, holy man, she didn't win one? She didn't win one of them, not even one. So either it was rigged, or that many people literally just didn't vote for her. And that's racist because if you claim yourself to be a Democrat and you go in there and pick everyone Democrat, but then you vote Trump when it comes to the president, that's racism. That's racism. Because you're singling her out. You're Xing her out. But you're supporting everyone else blue. So that's racism. I don't care what anyone says. That's racism. That's racism all day long. All week long, all year long. But I'm going to tell you too, them Latinos that are going to get deported, they're not going to be sitting around waiting. The ones that voted for Trump, the ones that didn't vote for Trump, the ones that didn't vote at all, the ones that voted for Harris or whatever, or couldn't or whatever, they're not going to stick around. Some of them ain't going to stick around and just wait for the police to come get them. They're going to leave. So you're going to be seeing a lot of little businesses folding. You're going to see the favorite little taco truck ain't going to be there no more. When you go to it, thinking you get a torta, it's going to be gone. You're going to be like, what? And be like, man, they took off, man. I'd leave too. I would leave too. Yeah, I'm just sitting here watching these football games, hoping my Survivor team pulls it out. I took the Chargers today. They were winning. Let me see. I'm trying to check the score. But yeah, either way though, it's crazy out here. But let's finish seeing what this dude says. He's basically saying, and this is a white dude, so I'm not sure if he was a Trump voter or a Kamala voter, but what he's saying makes sense about what he's about to say about, like, if you get rid of the migrants, the people that you would naturally have to fill the jobs, they ain't going to do it for that type of pay. So I'm going to start it over.
I have a question for my Texas Republicans. Who do you think's going to build the houses after we deport all the immigrants? And to be clear, I wholeheartedly support deporting the immigrants. I mean, all the Latinos obviously want to go along with Trump's plan, so I say let them have it.
Okay, so it does sound like this dude is a Harris supporter, so that's good.
Enjoy. It occurs to me that 40% of labor in Texas comes from immigrants and undocumented workers who work for an average of less than $12 an hour. So when they all get taken out of the equation, is John and Jeff and Jack going to pick up that hammer and go build that house for $12 an hour? I'm not thinking they will. And
Jeff, Jack, and Tim or whoever, those are white guys he's talking about. They ain't doing that shit. It ain't enough pay, and they love that shit. They rather sit in mom's basement than do that.
We're going to compound a shortage of labor we already have in our housing market to build new houses and build them affordably, and we're going to jack up one of the single biggest factors that goes into building these new construction homes, and that's the cost of labor. So I want to know what you think is about to happen to our housing market in Texas. Truthfully, what do you think's about to happen? And then go ahead and tell me what you think a potential solution might be, because I don't see it.
And I'll quote your little racist ass Hulk Hogan. What are y'all got Trump? Y'all got the racist Hulk Hogan on y'all side? I'll throw this back in his face. You know when he says, "What you gonna do?" So what y'all gonna do when they come and steal the migrants and take them back? What y'all gonna do, whites? What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do when you have to hire little Timmy and Ted, and you got to tell them to get up off their ass and up out the basement and go build that house for $12 an hour? They're going to be like, hell no. They ain't going to do it. And y'all know that, because some of you parents, some of them white parents, they know that. They know their kids are lazy. Or their 19 or 20-year-old son, they know they're lazy as hell and they don't want to do anything. But they'll be always saying how black people are lazy and they don't want to do shit. You're about to see who the real lazy people are in this country. Everything's about to be exposed. We're about to go through COVID basically again without the, the flu part of it. But as far as like businesses shutting down and all that kind of stuff, it's literally about to be the same thing. Y'all don't realize how much, because see, and that's the thing with white people. Most of them, they're so used to like just going throughout their day, no interference, no one ever like constructive criticizing them or telling them no, or you can't do this, or no, you got to wait, hold on, no, you're not first, it's not, everything doesn't revolve around you. That's why sometimes they get all pissed off when the cops pull them over. They'll be acting like life's over because their day is interrupted. They're not used to that. They just kind of just, you know, float through life and shit and do whatever the hell they want. You know what I'm saying? So now, so they don't really truly notice who's working. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these uppity, these people that work in the government and shit like that, a lot of them, they go out to fancy restaurants, they eat in, a lot of them eat at the Capitol or work, a lot of them sleep in Washington, D.C. all the time. A lot of them don't even go nowhere. They don't go to the grocery store, they don't go to the car wash, they ain't going to Walmart, they ain't going through the drive-thru, they ain't pumping gas, they ain't doing none of that stuff. They ain't using no government services, they're not building houses. They ain't doing none of that stuff. Everyone's doing that stuff for them. Their wives are going to the grocery store for them. Paco and Enrique are doing the landscaping and doing the roofing and all that shit. And they're paying them dirt cheap. So they don't, you know what I'm saying? And they black people, we're just like ghosts to them. Because white people can totally avoid black people. They never have to be around us if they don't want to. For the most part, most white people can go through their day without having to be around or deal with anyone black if they choose to. Because most places aren't black businesses and shit like, so you know what I'm saying? So most places they're going to go is going to be somewhere white, whether it's a bank, a store, anything. Buying a car, whatever they're doing, you know what I'm saying? They're dealing with white people, their family, their friends, where they go, all their little leisure activities, the music they listen to, the stuff they watch on TV. You ever notice how, here's an example of how like a lot of white people are so out of touch with just people in general. Just here's an example. You ever notice how like if you're ever in a conversation like, and you might just be talking random stuff, you might be around white people, right? And let's say they'll start talking about a TV show and they'll be like, yeah, they might start talking about an episode of Friends they saw last week or something like that, right? You might be the only black person there. Or there might be another black person with you. And then the white people are talking about how much they love Friends and shit, right? And then they'll be like, you didn't see that episode? They'll ask you, the black person, and you'll be like, no, I ain't see that episode. Because we don't watch Friends like that. That ain't our stuff. We watch Martin. You know what I'm saying? And we watch Living Single. That'd be our version of Friends, Living Single. But anyway, as a matter of fact, I heard Friends was based off of Living Single. Actually, I don't know if that's true or not. But anyways, so that, you know what I'm saying? So then they're you didn't see that episode? You didn't see Friends? And you're like, nah. Because they think everyone watches Friends. They think everyone watches their movies. They think everyone knows their songs. They think everyone knows, you know what I'm saying? And but turn around and ask them, did you see Martin? Or, you know what I'm saying? You're talking with let it be you and a few other black people and they're the only white person there. And you're talking about watching Martin and shit. And they're like, what's that? And you'll be like, you didn't see Martin? You didn't see Martin last Thursday? Be like, what's Martin? Oh, it's a TV show. Oh, I don't know what that is. Or if you ask them about a rapper or something like a black actor or something like that, or a black movie, they'll be like, what's that? Even some white people, like their favorite rappers, like Tone Loc is not really a rapper. You know what I'm saying? MC Hammer. Like MC Hammer was a good entertainer and stuff like that and shit like that, but he wasn't really a good rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that other dude, that House of Pain? They love that song here in Wisconsin. That Everlast, House of Pain. That's a garbage song. When you put that song on, white people lose their mind. They lose their mind. That's why they like the Caitlin Clark so much for the basketball. Because for one, here's the thing. Iowa doesn't have professional sports. They don't really have anything out there. It's a place full of white people. You know what I'm saying? So when Caitlin Clark was real good, and she is good. She's not the best player in college basketball or the WNBA, but she's good. But when everyone was talking about how good this white college female basketball player was, and all the attention was on Iowa, and they were saying how she was the best player in college basketball and just the greatest, they loved it. That they're like, damn, we got another Larry Bird here. It's just a woman now. Look, we can have the best basketball player. What? Because normally the best basketball players, that's for the black people. And that's what I was telling Michelle too. If that's one of the only areas in this world where white people pretty much have to bow down to our superiority when it comes to athletics. Because for the most part, black athletes are better than white athletes. We just are. Just genetically, we just are. There's certain sports white people are good at, you know, and the ones that they're usually like the best in, you don't have to be overly athletic in. You don't have to be overly athletic in golf. You don't have to be overly athletic in baseball. You have to have great hand-eye coordination and stuff like that. Now, obviously it takes talent. I'm just saying you can't be a stiff, but I'm saying you don't have to be overly, superly athletic to be a baseball player. You can be a baseball player in the MLB and just play defense and be a shitty hitter and still, you know, last some years in the MLB. But like when it comes to NFL and the NBA and all that kind of stuff, we dominate that. That's why they spend all that money to come see us, because we're doing stuff that they can't. It's almost like we're like superhero-ish almost to them. Like, wow, did you see how high dude jumped and dunked that ball? Holy shit. Did you see how fast dude was running? God. But you know what I'm saying? If I could see it'd be someone like Elon Musk. If he could figure out a way to like tap into black people's genetics and make us inferior to them, he'd do it. But like you literally can't do that. That's why they, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying, like, let's stop entertaining them. And I know it sounds like just tongue-in-cheek or whatever, like, yeah, whatever. And I know it ain't even realistic because people have to make a living. But just imagine, like, if the superstar athletes didn't have that God-given ability and they were just, like, middle class or just semi-rich people or just, you know, just like average everyday people like us. We just get up and go to work every day. They just be another black person to them. That's the only reason they care about them is because they can, you know what I'm saying, because they're great athletes. And they can make money for them and win them championships. But that, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying, like, that's literally one of the only areas where they, like, even, like, allow us into their space, allow us to, like, you know what I'm saying, sign these huge contracts and do all this stuff. It's because we can make money for them and we can literally do what they cannot. Because if black players left the NFL and the NBA, them leagues would be watered down. Even if you tried to, like, get other players from other leagues, it still wouldn't be the same. And over a period of time, the leagues would just fold. They would just fold over a period of time. There's businesses out there that people thought probably would never close, and they have now. Yeah, but I got that. I got one more clip I want to play for y'all real quick. Let's see. Okay.
Here you go.
Beginning of the night, no one knew what was going to happen.
See it. And for
this is a clip. This is lady. She's I guess Joe Rogan was on his podcast talking about the election or some shit like that. So, and I've seen this more than a few places, so it's legit.
Those who haven't seen it, here you go.
Beginning of the night, no one knew what was going to happen. So you're watching the first results roll in, and there's like this weird thing. And then Trump gets way ahead, but you don't want to like get too hopeful. Like, how far ahead is he? He's ahead by 100 points. That seems like a lot.
Yeah, you're like, what is it? And some channels are like, And then every channel's kind of different.
Yeah, they had different numbers. I was getting a different number off my Apple News update than I was getting off of CNN. And then I was texting people like Tulsi and JD Vance. I was getting a different apparently, Elon created an app, and he knew who won 4 hours before the results. So as the results were coming in, 4 hours before they called it, Dana White told me, Elon was like, I'm leaving until Donald won. He just fucking somehow or another.
I'm going to go back into my pod and evaporate.
I don't know.
So, given Joe's statements about how they knew who won the election 4 hours before everyone else, how is that even possible? See it.
This piling up wins in the way you're doing
Yeah, that's crazy,
and for
y'all.
those who have
I got one more here.
I'm truly happy that Trump won because now we get to see in real life what we've been trying to warn y'all about for the past couple of months happen right in front of our faces.
Man.
Like, I do not want to hear anybody complaining. I've accepted it. I have accepted that Trump won fair and square. Now, I don't want to hear nobody complaining. Nobody better open their mouths when they realize that public schools have no funding and now your kid won't get free lunch. When y'all realize that now your abuela and your abuelo about to get deported back to Mexico. When y'all realize that your SSI, your food stamps, and all of that is going to be taken away. When y'all realize that this government never gave a fuck about y'all. I just want y'all to accept it real quick. Accept it, take it, and just roll with it. Because this is just a lesson learned. We never learn, we never educate ourselves, we never do none of that.
You gotta learn
So
the
I
hard
just
way.
want y'all to accept it. Just like the rest of the world has.
Yep, y'all gotta learn the hard way. And there's gonna be people saying, No, it's too late, man. We tried telling you. That's what I was saying. How when you have, if there's 10 people standing there, and you got 2 rebels, and you got the other people trying to talk sense to them, you're like, yo, man, like, look, man, this is what they're trying to do to us, and you want to, and they don't want to listen, you just got to just let them, you know what I'm saying? You just got to give a person enough rope, let them hang themselves, fuck it. But me and my family, we're good. Like, everyone's on selfish stuff, so I'm going to be on selfish stuff. So, all right, y'all.
This sounds like a crisp beat.
You hear that? Gucci seats in the 6 Series. Louis seats in the 7 Series. Picked up East on the East at Madison. The shop keep the ratty cause I'm still leery. Hail Mary and fucked over good people like Madoff. Smack on with the pistol if I shoot I'm going away dog. Bricks at the Sheridan, pounds at the A-Loaf. It's fucked up but Donald Trump is the new Adolf.
They got that chicken that you owe me needy right away. I just split off with your bitch, she tryna hide her face. Watch what you troll on Instagram cause you can die today. And you ain't far from getting rich, you just gotta find a way.
Work at the days in, never took a day off. Little homie a $150, he gon' let the K off. We be spending dope money, stunting at the playoff. You be begging for budgets, we be waiting for payoffs. A headshot and turn a nigga brains into steak sauce. These diamonds offset, reach for 'em and I'ma take off. You ain't got the heart to be shining, we take your chain off. That mob shit, after you die, we scratch your name off.
It's time to game, time to change, my own posse pay. Big up to the ones that touched the 100 before we copped the chain. Swapping lanes, in this Maserati, fit off the rain. Ain't know the name, section on by ranking, we are not the same.
You know that I honor them all. I'm Monty Tux, looking fresh at Carnegie Hall. Up in Neiman's and Barnes, we ball. Got a nice grip, but still keep a couple shooters up in the halls. 12 grams bagged up, had to tuck by the balls. And like we in the prison yard, don't give a fuck how we ball. Better bring that money now, don't give a fuck who you call. If they don't answer this hammer, get you in touch with the law.
Hop in the tuck, but it ain't closing though. He ain't get the feel what I be throwing, but his homie know. Me and Zoe did some gangsta shit, me and him only know. I can get you cooked for less than what I got this rolling for the show.
5-5. Consider them ingredients, I put them all together, cook them up like a pot pie. It could be a young boy, either in my vehicle or ghost ride. I just see niggas in my rear view. I don't need a full moon to turn into a werewolf. When they try to fuck with the God, nigga, I dare you. Back when you bullshit. I don't give a fuck about none of these rappers. You can tell them suck a bull stick. When the ball suck, the ball's that low, nigga. You never been to war that falls back low, nigga. To tell the truth, I can sell most of these rappers. You know why? I am real familiar with selling fruit. Wanna get mixy, I can put you in a blender. Taking out everyone, that is my agenda. I'll be outside, yeah. I'm no pretender. You a male, I should mark out F as your gender with skirts. I don't give a fuck about a goat. I'm a wolf, came in the booth, turn it to a coat, yeah.